There is no question in my mind and many others that good fragrance is essential for productive and enjoyable work and living environments. I'm Philip Vanhoutte, and for quite a long time I'm fascinated and interested in how people can do a good job at work. In particular, my focus area is on work well spaces. The topic of focus got into the public eye about 10 years ago with the book Deep Work from Carl Newport, where he was talking about the fact that concentration would become the superhuman power for the 21st century. This focus product category is positioned in the marketplace to focus on a real big problem. And that has to do with the partial attention disorder that makes us suffer from a health perspective and is impacting the efficiency of our work. So when we started in 2021 with the prototype environment of a small penthouse where we had various enclosed working spaces, that we put these things as the critical assets. And that resulted ultimately in our work well studio called Savannah. I was very fascinated with the Focus collection straight away. And in several ways. First of all, on the R&D, it is grounded in tremendous research to appreciate what fragrances can do from a physiological and a psychological, emotional perspective. Activity-based working, which is well known in office and building design, covers quite a number of activities. Energizing for me is actually job number one. If you are not ready to work, not being energized, you're not going to go too far. So in terms of out-of-the-box experience, the benefits of the Focus collection became immediately clear. Crystal Waters for me clearly is the energizer. The Snow Flower is the one that is uplifting me at the beginning of the day, and the Golden Woods is really the work companion. Shall we just say that the Focus collection is a natural extension of what we have already done tremendously well with biophilics in sound and visuals. We as human beings need nature on an ongoing business, and we may not realize it, but we crave it all the time. That means that we need it for our everyday lives, but we need it very much also for our working moments. So nature is not just a thing about after work or on vacation. We need to make sure that we integrate nature in our work environment. Fragrance happens to be one of the fastest, easiest, and most probably, I would say, least costly ways of bringing nature indoors. I had the pleasure over the last few years to use some of the top-notch ingredients to make sure that the workspaces are full of nature and also well focused on well-being. In the creation of our work home and our Savannah Workwell studio, we have now experienced that in terms of standout and lasting experience, that a good biophilic sound and fragrance accommodation is the thing that immediately pops up to people. When we have people visiting and saying, wow, it's almost like stress is dropping off people's shoulders, and they immediately engage with it. The thing that is providing the value add is clearly the fragrance, which is tapping immediately into our limbic system and giving us the boost for physiological and psychological benefits. I think that it's important to bring this message to professionals and leaders alike. Why are we not a bit more conscious and tapping into what fragrance can do for us? I would like to say that it's maybe a no-brainer to give the brain the access of olfactory experiences, because that's going to be providing an enormous realization of human potential. We're breathing all the time, but we're not smelling all the time. We should be making sure that we smell more. I urge you yourself in your own private or shared work environments to get going with it straight away. You will realize that this does not request a large ROI analysis. A little bit of common sense will get you going with the benefits of fragrances from the Protec Focus collection.